The news that Indiana Fever fans have eagerly awaited has finally arrived. On Sunday, the Indiana Fever made a bold announcement, declaring that they have dismissed head coach Christie Sides after just 2 seasons. Fever President of Basketball Operations, Kelly Kroskoff, issued a heartfelt yet determined statement, expressing gratitude for Sides' dedication, while making it clear that the franchise's ambitions now demand a different path. We are incredibly thankful to Coach Sides for embracing the challenge of leading us through an integral transition period of the last 2 seasons, while also positioning us well for future growth, Kroskoff stated. While decisions like these are never easy, it is imperative that we remain bold and assertive in the pursuit of our goals, which include maximizing our talent and bringing another WNBA championship back to Indiana. The timing of this decision is particularly intriguing, and the implications are massive. With Caitlin Clark at the core of this team, the Fever are signaling that they are ready to shift gears, turning potential into immediate results. Let's dive into why the Indiana Fever decided to part ways with Sides and what this move means for the team's future championship aspirations. We'll explore the key statistics, the tactical shortcomings of Christie Sides, and why this decision was a necessary step toward realizing the Fever's full potential. Christie Sides' tenure as head coach of the Fever can be summed up as a period of incremental yet insufficient improvement. Across her 2 seasons, she managed an overall record of 33 wins and 47 losses. Breaking that down, her first season in 2023 ended with a disappointing 13-27 record. Even though the Fever improved to 20-20 in 2024, making the playoffs for the first time since 2016, the team's performance did not meet the lofty expectations set by having a transcendent talent like Caitlin Clark on the roster. It raises an essential question: why would a team fire a coach after finally breaking into the postseason? The answer lies in the Fever's urgency to transform themselves into championship contenders without delay. While the improvement from 2023 to 2024 was notable, it simply wasn't enough. For a franchise that has waited years to be relevant again, marginal gains don't cut it, especially when you have a generational player like Caitlin Clark. Clark's rookie numbers were solid, averaging 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game. But fans and analysts know she's capable of much more. This is the same Caitlin Clark who dominated college basketball at Iowa, shattering records and redefining what a point guard can do. Yet under Sides, Clark's full potential was never unlocked. The numbers tell one part of the story, but the real issues lay in how Christie Sides deployed her star players. Watching Clark at Iowa was a thrilling experience. She was fearless, launching long-range 3-pointers, creating dazzling plays, and setting the tempo for her team. In contrast, Sides' offensive schemes in the WNBA were far too conservative. Instead of leveraging Clark's incredible shooting range and playmaking vision, Sides often implemented strategies that forced mid-range shots, diluting the team's offensive firepower. A prime example of these tactical missteps came in crucial moments where Sides' decision-making appeared baffling. On several occasions, Sides' rotations and play designs left fans scratching their heads. One glaring instance involved a game where the Fever needed a 3-pointer to win. With 2 of the league's best shooters, Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, on the court, Sides inexplicably drew up a play for Aaliyah Boston, a center, to attempt a shot from beyond the arc. When questioned about this decision, Sides explained that the defense's attention on Clark and Mitchell would leave Boston open, making her a surprise option. It certainly was a surprise, but not in a good way. Even Boston seemed unprepared for that moment. Another critical flaw was Sides' lack of in-game adjustments. While opposing coaches found ways to counter Clark's influence, Sides rarely adapted. Her timeout usage, or lack thereof, was another point of frustration. When the Fever faced momentum-crushing runs from opponents, Sides often appeared passive, allowing the team to suffer without strategic intervention. In a league as competitive as the WNBA, such inaction is costly. The conservative nature of Sides coaching also extended to player rotations. Take, for instance, Lexi Hull, a player who clearly deserved more minutes based on her performances. When Sides finally gave Hull a starting role, the team saw noticeable improvement. Yet, the delay in making this change is emblematic of Sides' broader hesitancy to experiment and capitalize on her roster's full potential. Given the immense talent on the favor, Clark, Aaliyah Boston, the 2023 WNBA Rookie of the Year, and Kelsey Mitchell, one of the league's most lethal shooters, achieving just a .500 record in 2024 is hard to justify. The Favor's decision to part ways with Christie Sides is about more than just ending a coaching stint. It's a declaration of intent. The Fever are ready to maximize their roster's talent, and rumors are already swirling about who could take over as head coach. Two names have emerged as frontrunners: Stephanie White and Lisa Bluder. Stephanie White is currently the head coach of the Connecticut Sun and was named WNBA Coach of the Year in 2023. Her coaching resume is impressive. She led the Sun to consecutive playoff appearances and has a proven ability to maximize her players' strengths. White also has a rich history with the Fever, having played for the team from 2000 to 2004 and later serving as an assistant coach from 2011 to 2014. She even took over as head coach in 2015 and 2016, and she was part of the coaching staff when the Fever won their lone WNBA championship in 2012. Born and raised in Indiana, White understands the state's basketball culture better than almost anyone. Lisa Bluder is another name that has fans buzzing, mainly because of her close connection with Caitlin Clark. Bluder coached Clark at Iowa for 4 years and was instrumental in her development as one of the most electrifying players in the game. Bringing Bluder to Indiana would be a dream scenario for Clark fans, as no one knows how to unleash Clark's full potential better than her college coach. However, while Bluder would be an exciting choice, reports indicate that Stephanie White remains the top candidate. The Fever's ambitions aren't limited to making the playoffs. They want to build a dynasty. The WNBA is expanding, with Golden State set to join the league in December's expansion draft. Additionally, players can opt out of the collective bargaining agreement after the 2025 season. This means the Fever have a narrow window to assemble a championship-caliber team. The dismissal of Sides, even after some improvement, is a signal that the franchise is all in on winning now. With Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever already have the foundation of a dominant team. Clark and Boston, in particular, have the potential to become one of the greatest duos in WNBA history. Boston's elite interior presence perfectly complements Clark's dynamic perimeter game. Add Mitchell's sharpshooting into the mix, and you have an offensive trio that could be nearly unstoppable. Caitlin Clark's rookie numbers -19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game were impressive, but those who watched her at Iowa know she can do much more. The conservative system employed by Sides kept Clark from being the game-changing force she was in college. With the right coach, Clark could not only elevate her scoring, but also transform the Fever's offense into one of the league's most lethal. The key will be hiring a coach who gives Clark the freedom to take deep shots, run fast-paced transitions, and create plays on her own terms. Imagine a Fever offense built around pick and rolls between Clark and Boston, with Mitchell spacing the floor. It's a formula that has championship potential, especially if the team embraces a more modern, high-tempo game plan. The Fever's decision to move on from Christie Sides isn't just about rectifying past mistakes. It's about capitalizing on a golden opportunity. With Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever have all the pieces to build a dynasty. What they need now is a coach who can put those pieces together.